Yo, One Piece chapter 1105, titled The Height of Folly. That's an interesting title. Real quick, got new Law Den Mushi right there. Plus, there was one more thing I couldn't resist getting when I saw it. I'm a big fan of Lego, if you don't know. And I saw this. Now, this is an unofficial Lego law, but, I mean, I just love the way he looks. He's got the golden logo on his shirt. You can't, I don't. It's not going to refocus. It's not going to refocus. Anyway, I got him with his, I don't even know what fit that is. It was from Post Time Skip. And then I got this Luffy. I don't really like how big the hat is on him. Honestly, I think he looks better without the hat. Look at this little guy. I do love his face print, though. And of course, that is another post-time skip one. So that's fun. They weren't cheap, but you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Anyway, on to the next thing. The Height of Folly. And we have Carrot on the cover. Cover request by Odamania's big brother. Okay. Carrot insisting someone taste tests her stew. And we have Inuarashi and Nekomamushi drooling over her stew. And I mean, listen, I'm not a furry, but Carrot, not looking too bad, you know? Alright, on to the chapter. Justice is blind. Now, we did end off last chapter with Saturn regenerating. It's only been a week ago, so I should remember this. What was the final panel? Was it the attack? They're finally Buster calling the place. Was that it? Prepare for a full fleet bombardment. All Marines are to return to their vessels immediately. So we're nuking the place. We're not doing a Lelouch, but we're just doing a regular old O'Hara Buster call, alright? Place is gonna be wiped out. Bwah, bwah, bwah. All Marines are to return to their vessels immediately. Bwah. What just happened in the center of town? Hell if I know. Just do as you're told. Saint Saturn, Admiral Borsellino, please hurry back to the ships. Kizaru and I shall remain on the island. Begin the barrage as soon as possible. What? But... Go. Oh. Okay, we're getting some serious Kizaru. When's the last time we saw serious Kizaru? That's a good question. Was he serious during Marineford? At any point? Go. And then her shocked by the seriousness of Kizaru, who's a very laid-back man. Yes, sir. I thought you were only after my life. Isn't that enough to end this madness? Why are you doing this, Saint Saturn? Is this still Vegapunk saying this? The most cutting-edge research of all the scientific fields can be found on Egghead. Destroying it will set us back an entire century. Please, call off the Buster call. Kizaru, I'm begging you. You must still be hiding something. Perhaps something that could hinder the... I don't know what fucking accent I'm going with Saturn right now. Should go old man. Perhaps something that could hinder the world government. Either way, we have no need for your further advancement. But what about humanity? That reminds me. A ship left this island yesterday. You should know I gave the order for it to be hunted down yesterday. Yesterday. God, I guess it's been going on for so long, I don't remember. Yesterday. Now, we haven't seen Blackbeard's ship. But I don't remember now if Blackbeard's ship, if we saw it coming before Saturn arrived? Or after? I mean, Vegapunk's got exclamation marks. What? It was natural. Oh, or was it the civilian? It was the civilian ship that Vegapunk told all the civilians to evacuate before St. Saturn came. Shit. That reminds me. A ship left this island yesterday. You should know I gave the order for it to be hunted down. What? It was natural to assume that some passengers might have had access to information about the Void Century. A warship was sent to be safe. The dead make the best secret keepers, after all. Saturn's pissed. Look, Saturn's pissed. Nika's disappeared. Kuma's still alive and hasn't self-destructed or is a vegetable. He's still going against Saturn. So Saturn is understandably pissed. And who's to blame for a lot of this? Vegapunk, obviously. How could you? They knew nothing. None of them committed a crime. You broke a taboo, Vegapunk. Just like Ohara, you dug their graves by digging into the past, all to satisfy your selfish sense of curiosity. You should have kept your greed in check. Greed? Who's the greedy one? Isn't that York? Isn't York the greedy part of Vegapunk? Vegapunk's pissed. Obviously, he killed his workers, basically. And I mean, we see a shot of it. It's sunk, you know? He burned the egghead civilians to the fucking sea. Pacifista units, remain on the island. Mwah. Everyone else, begin evacuation immediately. This is Ship 5A. Preparations are complete. Over. Ship 21, or no, 54, not 5A, I'm stupid. This is Ship 54. Preparations are complete. Over. Ship 21 is also standing by. Quick! While Vegapunk's got their attention, hightail it to the vacuum rocket. We got Sanji and Frankie with Atlas, and who else was with them? Is that Luffy? Is he carrying Luffy? Or is that Bonnie and Kuma? Go meet up with the others at the back entrance of the Labostratum. Right! But, Sanji, what about Vegapunk? Don't worry, Bonnie-chan. I'm not leaving without him. I'm not leaving without him. Nami-swan. That's Nami-san. Oh, I'm sorry. Sanji's in serious mode. Nami-san, it's me. What's your status up there? We made it back to the entrance. It's so noisy though. What's going on at your end? Labostratum. Bwah, bwah. They're going to do a buster call? Yeah! This island's finished. Everyone, Chopper, Usopp freaking out, back entrance. Is Luffy okay? He's with you, right? I lost track of him, but he'll be fine. Just fill me in what you guys are doing. Zoro's still off dealing with Lucci. Excuse me? Zoro's still off dealing with Lucci. We sent Jinbei over to get him, so he doesn't get lost. Smart. Nami, smart. Thinking. And we got the injured. Damn, dude, Robin got really fucked up. Like, we never saw what happened to Robin. Are we still thinking it's a Katarina Devon clone thing? You know, is it still a possibility? We still haven't seen anything about the Blackbeard pirates. Zoro's still off dealing with Lucci. We sent Jinbei over to get him so he doesn't get lost. I'm worried sick about Stella. That's Edison, of course, because he's got that cowboy accent. Thankfully, Lilith didn't fall down with the others. When Luffy, Frankie, Bonnie, and her were trying to move the Sunny, Brooks gone over to help him. Brooks gone to help her. Brooks gone help her. I don't know why my reading is like off today. I will say my head hurts a little bit, so I'm trying to get through this. Why are we cursed to go through multiple buster calls? True. I mean, well, it's because you're dealing with Void Century stuff. First of all, Robin can read the poneglyphs. It's one of the reasons they did the buster call. Second of all, now we got Vegapunk actually knowing shit about the Void history. So, let's hurry and get out of here already. Get rest while you can, Robin. ... That's sus. Robin will sus. That. Oh, okay. I almost missed the panel. Damn, I don't usually miss panels. I almost missed that panel. So we got a whole. I do like this Nami panel. She's looking great. Now that we know the coloring too, it's, you know, I can imagine this a little better. And just to be clear, they're at the back entrance of the Labostratum. Just to recap, Zoro's the only Lucci. Jinbei is going to be the Zoro. Lilith didn't fall down with the others when Luffy, Frankie, Bonnie, and her were trying to move the Sunny. Brooks gone to help her. So Brooks with Lilith. Okay. We need a fucking another map, you know. One problem, though. Our plan to have the Vega Force 1 carry us past the coast isn't possible anymore. That robot was destroyed by Kizaru. Yeah, but the ancient robot has awakened because of Luffy's dum 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 dum. You know, his heartbeat dance. Sailing a ship on land is a simple matter when you have my aid. You're amazing, Bones. We'll make it back to the entrance in no time. Well, are they like skiing on his ice? That's actually great. I fucking love that. Very good use of Brooks, of Brooks' ice. That's very cool. But the fact that he can make that amount of ice is very cool too. Sailing a ship on land. That's a new thing for the Sunny, dude. Now we can glide seamlessly. We can glide seamlessly. We can glide seamlessly now that the island clouds are frozen. They forgot of that. That's what I'm fucking up. What an idea. Your powers are remarkable, too. Yo, I'm flattered to be praised by the world's greatest genius. By the by, how are we going to stop when we get there? Or she's saying, by the by, how are we going to stop when we get there? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. We're going to fly off the edge. Isn't there anything we can do? I'm all ears. Isn't there anything we can do? I'm all ears, Lilith-san. So they're going high speed ahead on the clouds. So can they only do this because of the moisture in the clouds? Is that what we're thinking right now? He can only do ice on land because it's clouds. The barrier around the Labostratum is still up. We'll have to blast through. Begin the first volley. Turn the future city and the central science lab into dust. Wait. Some of us are still boarding. Watch out. The pacifists are on the move. But they're not going to get through the force field with that, right? Pacifista blowing shit up. Egghead. Damn. Vegapunk seeing Egghead being torn down. The city that we've seen built throughout the Kuma flashback, right? For the last I don't remember, I forget how long ago that first. But Bonnie was already born. I think it might have been like 10 years ago that they started building Egghead. Don't remember. I need to look in the timeline. The destination of the capsule is the Ladostratum. Let's go! Be quick, vacuum rocket. What is this thing? It's crazy fast. Ah, Frankie hasn't been in it yet. True. The approximate journey from the Labostratum is 32 seconds. Amano Marakumo, fucking Kizaru with his lightsaber. Cuts through not only the pipe, but the rocket itself, and the rocket, I mean, first of all, crashes, but second of all, fucking goes. Pew. And it's going fast. So it's going. This thing's crazy fast. Zoom, zoom. The fact that no one got cut in there is kind of crazy, to be honest. And Sanji sees them in the air. Ah, Kizaru, that bastard! I'm coming, Bonnie-chan. We're gonna do in Soru. Oh, I'm seeing there's something at the bottom of that double-page spread. I don't want to see that yet. Pacifista units. How subtly ironic. Fire your lasers. Kill Bonnie and Kuma. You threw away your life so that your daughter could live. And now her life will be taken by your clones. Daddy! Grabs her. Ooh, what a beautiful shot of bird's eye view of like the battle area of the Fabrio stratum. And then we see all the pacifists on like the coast firing their lasers. But he grabs Bonnie. A fitting fate for a squirming insect. Your struggle was truly the height of folly. Bonnie, when I heard you became a pirate, I couldn't help but dwell on the worst-case scenario. Pacifista won't hesitate to shoot if the Navy commanded. They may look just like your father, but they don't know or care about you are. But they don't know or care that you are the daughter of their progenitor. So yeah, which makes sense. He's like, she's gonna become a pirate. The pacifists are made to kill pirates. At some point, she's gonna see Kuma. She's looking for Kuma. She's gonna see Kuma. It's gonna be a lot of Kumas, and it's gonna be kill on sight for her. So that is definitely worst case scenario, Vegapunk. You know. Hey, isn't this straw hat? Oh, I'm so stuffed. I can barely move. Seize him, quick. He's an emperor. Okay, Luffy. We failed to neutralize that escaping vessel. We have to report this to Kizaru-san. He has to know that they're heading for Egghead. Someone else is on their way. Okay. So we got a lot of time. This was a quick chapter. Not a lot to talk about. We're setting up. Okay, this is a setup chapter. This is putting people in places. So we've moved the Marines, basic ass fodder Marines, off the island, along with potentially the Vice Admirals. Kizaru and Saturn are staying, because even Kizaru's telling Doll to leave. So only Kizaru and Saturn are staying. I wish we saw more of the Vice Admirals, honestly. We got their designs and stuff, but it feels like because we got their designs, there's no shot they're not going to be fighting and stuff. So they may actually be, whoever's coming, might have some one-on-ones against Vice Admirals. Interesting. Now, we have Vegapunk with Saturn and Kizaru. Kuma is now with Atlas, Bonnie, Frankie, also potentially Sanji. But Sanji's going back to get Vegapunk, which is crazy. It's gonna be okay. But obviously Kizaru's not really with Saturn because he's doing his own thing. He's like jumping up. So he basically, that whole group I just said, they haven't really left the area. So it's still basically everyone who was on the Fabrio stratum is still there. They found Luffy at the food machine. Now, who moved him to the food machine is the question, because Luffy did disappear from the central area he was at. So either, again, if people are on the Kizaru train, that Kizaru is doing this all behind the scenes so that like he still feels like a moral need to help, or he kind of wants Luffy to defeat. Like this is a theory I've heard. I think Morge even talked about it. How Kizaru kind of wants to help, but he doesn't want to show Saturn that he's helping. You know, he doesn't want to betray, like be seen as a traitor, but he also wants to facilitate the victory for the Straw Hats. I'm not a huge proponent of that, although it would be an interesting twist to show later that, like, oh, Kizaru was the one masterminding some stuff. I'm still maybe thinking Caribou. Caribou could definitely move Luffy without people seeing, I feel like, you know? Could swallow him up for a second and get him out. So the Fabio Stratum people are all there. All the Marines are back in their ships. The Pacifista are on the coast. And then Jinbei is going to Zoro with Lucci there. The fact that Zoro's still dealing with Lucci. Okay. I don't know how much time has passed since they started fighting, but alright. Nami, Usopp, Edison, Chopper, and Robin are on the Labostratum, so they're pretty safe, I think, and they're trying to get off. Now, I'm guessing that Lilith and Brooke are on their way to Nami. I think it didn't fall down with the others. We're trying to move Sunny. Brooke's going to help her. Right, because Brooke was with them, then everyone fell but Lilith. So now they are getting the ship. The robot got killed. So now they're, I guess, trying to get to Usopp and Nami, but they're like on the other side of the Labostratum, is what I think is true. Because they were supposed to use the robot to carry the ship. I'm trying to remember that chapter when Kizaru came after them, but I think they went to get the ship that was parked on the other side on the front. They're trying to leave through the back. On the way to the back, the robot got killed. So now Lilith and Brooke are trying to get the ship at least to the back, to Nami. And then from there on, who knows what's going to happen, but they're going so fast, it might just be a thing where they're like, hop on, and then Nami and them will have to like somehow get on the ship. Although the ancient giant, which is on the Fabriostratum, could help somehow getting to the Labostratum. I don't know if he has a jetpack or what, but I mean the Vega Force is based off of that tech, so it's possible. We're starting the bombardment, just destroying the Fabriostratum, meaning everyone that's down there is trying their best to get up, which they are, and that's when Kizaru cuts the pipe, which is interesting. So basically nothing has really changed in terms of placement, but it's kind of everyone trying to move, trying to escape. Nothing really happened this chapter, really. And then, yeah, that thought of Vegapunk where he's like, damn, I made the Pacifista, and then when I heard he would be Empire Bunny, that's really fucked up if you see a Pacifista. And then Luffy's moved, and now this final panel, we failed to neutralize that escaping vessel. We have to report this to Kizaru-san. He has to know that they're heading for Egghead. Someone else is on their way. We see a burning marine flag. Now, first thought, Blackbeard pirates. Right? We are unsure if that one ship has already parked. Because the last time we saw it, it was on its way to Egghead. I, again, don't remember. I think that was before the marine vessels came. So that means at least one of their ships is already on the island, but they still haven't seen it. And so the guess would be after this much time has passed, that the rest of the Blackbeard pirates are on their way to Egghead. They're not that far, to be fair. They were just um, at least Blackbeard was at Winter's Island with Law, and they did win that fight. So they could be on their way. The rest of the Blackbeard pirates are on Pirate Island, which also isn't far from Egghead, because we had, at the beginning of the Egghead arc, we had Helmeppo asking Garus and everyone at Doll's location if they could send the Seraphim over to Pirate Island from Egghead. So it's all in close proximity. So it could be all the Blackbeard pirates, because there has been, the newspaper already came out that Luffy is on Egghead. Could be Blackbeard trying to take advantage of this. The other thought, if it isn't Blackbeard, the other thought for me, to make this truly an event as it's supposed to be. I mean, obviously Blackbeard being included would change the course of history with this. But my thought is, what if it's the Grand Fleet? You know what I mean? Because ever since Luffy unlocked Gear 5, ever since his death in Onigashima, I've been wondering, like, if Bartolomeo saw Luffy's Viver card burn up as if he died, or at least this man was dying, it would have been barely anything of a Viver card. If he saw that happening, there's no chance he wouldn't immediately sail towards Luffy's direction. Now the question is, how far were they? If they were still around like Dressrosa area, sure, you got to go through Big Mom's territory and stuff. So it could take them a while. But wouldn't it be wild if all of the, and I'm still thinking like they got to mention it the next time the Grand Fleet appears. Because I feel like every single Grand Fleet member would see the Viver card burning up. And obviously now it's like probably perfect, because Viver cards, I think, like, if you're dying they burn, but then if you're back to health they're probably fine. But there's no shot the Grand Fleet members wouldn't take action if they saw Luffy's ship burning up. And if it took them this long, that's the one thing that bothers me, is I feel like they had enough time from that moment, from the end of the Kaido fight to the end of like Luffy leaving Wano. I feel like they had enough time to get to Wano at that point, even though they maybe couldn't get up the waterfall. And now maybe they were like around the area and now they're heading over to Egghead. Like, I just don't know the timeline here. Because obviously during the Lelouch chapter, we had the whole like Luffy sailing from Wano to Egghead type thing. But that's my other thought. Is it could be Grand Fleet coming to help. Now, if Grand Fleet comes to help, I could see them taking on the Vice Admirals, and then that gives us a reason to see all these Vice Admiral designs, because we would have the Grand Fleet fighting Vice Admirals. Now, is our Grand Fleet Vice Admiral level? Why wouldn't they be, right? So yeah, that's my thought. It's either Blackbeard or the Grand Fleet. Because there's no way the Grand Fleet doesn't appear after that. Like, it's crazy to me that they still haven't been really referenced. Like, have we seen Sai or the little guys, the Tontara, Leo? Have we seen them since Reverie? Did we have any scenes of them being like, oh, we have to go? I don't remember. I don't think so. All right. No break. Fantastic. Love it. That means we'll see next week who's on their way. Probably Blackbeard Pirates, because we've already seen them on their way. So they might already be here. Like, at least Katarina Devon and Lafitte. And then everyone else is coming. Or it's a Grand Fleet and the Blackbeard Pirates are already here. So it's just going to be a whole ass mess. Could be. I mean, look, Egghead is supposed to be like a massive event. An unbelievable event. So with all those parties involved, it's going to be a party. All right. See you next time. Peace. Bye.